All right, as you can imagine, I get lots of calls about people who are interested in moving to Palm Coast, but there are also people that are interested in moving to the villages. And I get a lot of questions about what's the difference between the villages and Palm Coast. Well, we're going to talk about all about that up next, so stay tuned. All right, so this video is about how Palm Coast is somehow similar, in some ways similar, in some ways different than the villages. Now, if you're not familiar with the villages, and if you're probably tuning in to this video today, you're probably tuning in because you're maybe interested in moving to Florida, or you're probably interested in learning more about what this Palm Coast area is all about. And you know, if you're interested, you know, all of our information is on the screen, our telephone number, email. Give us a call, shoot us a text. We get calls all the time from people who are interested in learning a little bit more about what it's like to live, work, and play and retire here in Palm Coast. Also, hit that subscribe button, that little notification bell, and you'll get notified of all of our upcoming videos that we're going to do. Now, you know, although this channel is dedicated to you know, Palm Coast and this area that, and I was on the phone just the other day to a person who was to a couple that was, you know, they're kind of in this typical circumstance where they're nearing retirement. They're looking at selling their home. I think it was up in Michigan, and they were looking to move down here to Florida. Now they were, you know, they were in the process of exploring all kinds of different areas of Florida. You know, Palm Coast being one of them. But another area that they were really interested in checking out was the villages. Now the villages is kind of it's like Sun City in Arizona. It's this huge 55 and over community, so you do have, there are age restrictions, where as opposed to Palm Coast. Obviously Palm Coast doesn't have age restrictions there, although there are communities within Palm Coast that do have age restrictions. But basically it's one big retirement community, and everybody drives golf carts. It is, they have special roads for the golf carts, so you can go to the grocery store, you can go anywhere in the villages, and it's a huge area. And also, it's inland, so there, we in Palm Coast, we have 19 miles of beaches. We're out on the coast. We have an intercoastal waterway. We have sort of a barrier island, so the geographic makeup of Palm Coast is much different because we're out on the coast than it is in the villages. Now the villages is, you know, it's really geared towards, there's a ton of pickleball players that love to live in the villages because the pickleball competition there is fierce. There's also tons of golfers and tennis players. The activities, they have tons of activities for you know, for the senior crowd. Now, it's pretty well self-contained. You know, they have their own theater, the police department, so it's their own city. They have their own zip code, and you know, things are kind of cookie cutter there. Now, out in Palm Coast here, there's some differences, obviously, that. You know, we're a lot more family friendly. We're not a 55 and older community. There are specific neighborhoods that are gated, and there are, you know, our regular neighborhoods that we have in town. And this is kind of interesting, was that I looked at, and this is something I always look at when I look at, you know, other areas and trying to comparing them to, you know, Palm Coast, is that the density of the housing and the villages. And I'll take you on the map, and if the map, if you look at the map, the distances between the homes is, I mean, it looks like there's the setbacks for the homes are only like 5 feet on the sides and maybe 10 feet on the back. So, you know, unlike Palm Coast, where you can, where the lots are relatively a good size. I mean, they're almost any of the lots that you purchase, or any of the homes you purchase in Palm Coast, you could be able to put a pool in pretty easily, but you can't really say that in the villages. So if you want your own private pool, that's for most of the homes there, that's kind of out of the question. So that's one thing to think about. You know, no pool for you is in the villages, I guess, because of the density of the housing. There's no way to get a pool in some of these homes. All right, so there was a couple points in when I was kind of researching the villages, and there was some complaints about the traffic and the new construction and things like that. And you know, you're probably going to get the same types of complaints here in Palm Coast, especially with the people who have lived here for quite a while. And although our traffic is getting a little bit more congested, I would have to say that now I've heard from clients and realtors from places like Naples and Bonita Springs that get incredible traffic. I mean, they're waiting in lines forever. Here, it's getting a little bit more congested, and although the people who have been here for a while say that the traffic's getting a lot worse, if you come from another area, even in Florida, Orlando, for example, where there's tons of congestion, and you come up here, you'd say that the traffic is not that bad. But I'll probably get lots of comments because you know, people are realizing that you know, Palm Coast is getting more popular. People are moving here, and traffic's just going to get a little bit worse. Okay, one of the other complaints that I heard from the villages, which was kind of interesting, is that all the businesses close early. And that's kind of, I mean, I shouldn't say, a lot of the restaurants, I guess, close early. They don't stay open until 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night in the villages. Most of the restaurants and things, especially if you get out to Flagler Beach, where it's a little bit more of the party scene, you know, that's where you're going to go out and, you know, hang out by the beach, hang out with the open bars that overlook the beach, and they're right on A1A, so you have, you know, all the bars that line up along the beach there, and then you have A1A, and then you have the beach. And that's a kind of a popular hot spot for most of the people that,
Sorry,
you know.
I'm not sure.
That's a pretty is kind of a hot spot for people around Palm Coast. You know, if you're into the nightlife kind of thing, is they're probably going to go to Flagler Beach to hang out. Now, I guess one of the myths, I guess, about the villages is that it's a gated community, and it really isn't. It's just an open community. I'm sure they have gated areas similar to Palm Coast. We're you know, we're not a gated community. Obviously, we're just a city, and then we have our gated areas, quite a few of them actually, around town, where you know, just adds a little bit more security and that type of thing. All right, so I wanted to touch a little on prices. Now, I was just looking at the typical prices of homes there. You know, on a per square foot basis, you know, the home prices there, although all throughout Florida, things are kind of leveling out a little bit. But, you know, the typical home price over there is similar to what it is here. Now, it's not similar in the fact that, you know, here you actually get a yard. In the villages, you know, the yards are very, very small. Now, I think they maybe do that on purpose. I think that when the people that move to the villages a lot of them are snowbirds. You know, a lot of people that live here in Palm Coast live here year round. We're residents of Palm Coast. I think the villages, a high percentage of the people almost view that house as kind of a winter apartment. They come down, they have their golf cart, they have their village's friends that they congregate with when they're down here. But then in the summer, just like any good snowbird does, they fly up north and they're with their family or friends or whoever it is up north, and then when they come back down here, they don't want a big yard. They don't want to have to pay somebody for the 4 or 5 months that they're away up north. They don't want to have to pay somebody to take care of a big yard while they're not there. So I think that the fact that the Villages has a lot more snowbirds. So if you're a permanent resident there, you're probably going to see a lot of your friends leaving for the which would be the summer here, the winter there, or summer during the summer months period. They'll go north and then come back when it gets cold. My last point that I really want to talk about was just kind of lifestyle. You know, we have kind of activities. We have a lot of activities around Palm Coast. We have boating, tons of boaters, tons of fishing. We have a pretty good pickleball community here, tennis, golf. We have great golf courses. So as far as activities, I'd say we have more activities because we have fishing and surfing and being in the ocean and doing waterboarding and paddleboarding, all those types of things that even people who are over 55 enjoy. So if you're somebody who's over 55 and loves those types of activities, you know, rather than just, you know, golfing and riding in your golf cart, I'm not saying anything bad about the Villages, because I think it fits a particular lifestyle for those people that don't want a lot of hassles with their home. You know, they want the small yards and they want to be able to just kind of keep everything simple. Here in Palm Coast, I'd say that, you know, we have a little bit, you know, we have the mountain biking, and we have a few more of those types of activities and things you can enjoy. So just kind of wrapping up those kind of overall lifestyle differences between the two. Besides the fact that we have 19 miles of beaches here, you know, you can access the beaches in so many different ways here, which is really cool. That's kind of why I live here. I love the ocean. I love being out here. I love the smell of the salt air. Those are some of the things you don't get when you're inland in Orlando or in the Villages or that type of thing. So those are just some things to think about when you're trying to think about where, you know, you're sitting up, wherever you're sitting. And you know, we're getting calls all the time from people who are saying, you know, what's it like there? I've never heard of Palm Coast, you know. Well, that's true, because even people from Florida haven't heard about Palm Coast. It's kind of a hidden little gem out here. We're located, you know, we're just out far enough away from the hustle and bustle of Daytona Beach, hustle and bustle of Orlando, and we're kind of a new city relative to all the other cities. I mean, we started in 1977. Is when they started building here, and then we're just 25 miles away from the oldest city in the country, which is very cool. So we got a ton of history, just 25 minutes away, and we can enjoy kind of the laid-back atmosphere of Palm Coast. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, notifications bell. Also, give us a call if you're interested in visiting about this area. We'd love to visit with you. Our phone number's on the screen, and all of our contact information is in the description box below. And thanks again for tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.